purpose and one of the main goals, I should say, of Clara's Big Ride was to take the message of Bell Let's Talk, with the partners like Bell Line, to communities, small or big, but especially to the youth, to you guys, so you get on board with the conversation, that you start to understand that right here in your community, there are things happening. There are happy stories, but there are also sad stories. Clara and Bell and the partners and all the health organizations in your communities want to end once and for all the stigma that is attached to people who suffer from mental illness. And I want you in unison to say, stop the stigma. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Yes. Okay.
And fortunately enough, here at Woodstock Middle School, we have more what I would call a success story. A young lady who suffered, but at one point decided to reach out, decided to talk about it, got her conversation going, and it saved her life. Would you please welcome Clara McLean?
I felt all alone. I felt like I was all by myself. And even though I was in a room full of people, I had my mom, I had my dad, I had my brothers and sisters, I had my whole friends, but I was by myself. In my heart, I had nobody. When you're so sad and so depressed and you've been hurting your own self, it's not that easy to be like, okay, thank you, that helped so much. It's not that easy. I knew I needed medical attention, but I wasn't gonna tell anybody because I didn't want help. I felt so alone that I felt worthless. One of my friends was like, you need to get help or I'll go tell the principal. And I was like, well, I don't want the principal to know, I'll go to my mom first. So that night I told my mom that I've been self-harming myself and I've been bullied and I was very unhappy girl. And thankfully I got help immediately because I found out that my parents actually didn't care. I felt like they didn't care, but they actually did.
Clara McLean, everybody. She's the only athlete in the world, men and women combined, from any Olympic nation to have won multiple medals in the summer and winter games. But first and foremost, she is a lady recovering from mental illness and the spokesperson for Bell Let's Talk. Please welcome Clara Hughes!
And I know that this school is an amazing place. I see all of these messages around the walls. I was reading them out in the hall and I just thought how many of those messages were messages that were given to me as an Olympic athlete, from my support staff, from my coaches, from my trainers, from my psychologists, to never give up, to always try, to let your true self shine through in what you do. And, well, I tell you, when you grow up, you realize the things that make you different are the things that make you unique. These big feet pedaled me and skated me to 6 Olympic medals. My height gave me these long legs that pedaled me and skated me to 6 Olympic games. And this red hair is what people remember. The thing that changed for me was when I finally accepted that help and realized I couldn't do it alone. When you grow up and have families of your own, your kids can grow up not knowing what bullying is, not knowing what stigma is, not knowing what shame is. You can make